Today is February 2nd. Today's quote is entitled, "Face it, feel it, and deal with it." If you have a problem, face it, feel it, and deal with it. Don't run from it, lock it in the closet, suppress it, or pretend it doesn't exist. If we have a problem which we resist, how do we deal with it? Simple. We don't. We can pretend we don't have it. We could know that we have it and just lock it in the closet. We could suppress it, which is another way of pretending that it's not a problem. And sometimes we have a problem, but we say it's not a problem. Or sometimes we have a problem, we think it's just going to go away, so don't deal with it, which sometimes is true. And sometimes by our spiritual advancement, we transcend it. But it's interesting because sometimes by our spiritual advancement, we transcend it, but then when we're not transcending, we fall back into it. I don't know if you have that experience. Like you think you don't have a problem because you've transcended it. You're doing really well in your spiritual life, but then when you're not doing so well, you fall back into it. So generally speaking, if you want to sort out a problem, heal a problem, I'm talking more about internal issues, anarthas and so forth, the best way to deal with it is to deal with it. Face it. Allow yourself to feel it. You know, in our forgiveness workshop, one of the exercises we do is I ask the devotees or the participants, just feel how it feels to be resentful. And it's amazing what you understand and gain by allowing yourself to feel how you feel about something. Because when you allow yourself to feel resentment, it's a very bad feeling. It's a very heavy feeling. And it's not a Krishna conscious feeling. So when you, instead of suppressing it, when you allow yourself to feel it, you become motivated to do something about it because you realize how bad it is to carry this around. Or maybe lust, like some devotees deal with lust. It's very difficult to control their sexual desires. But if you allow yourself to feel the lust, not act on the lust, not feel the lust, that's a misunderstanding. I would say, feel the feeling of the lust. How does it feel to be lusty? Not the feeling of the lust, but how does it feel to be lusty? What's the experience of that? You feel very nasty. You feel very dirty. You don't feel Krishna conscious. And so you realize that when you carry that around, that's a really horrible thing to carry around. And unless you allow yourself to feel it, you may not realize what you're carrying around. You may not realize how toxic it is. So that's why I say when you face it, you need to feel it. And then deal with it. It's like a disease. You have to deal with it. Disease, fire, and death, Chandaka Pandit said, deal with it. So if there's something you're not dealing with, it often means that's the thing you need to deal with because you're not dealing with it. That's sometimes just what it means. The very thing you don't want to deal with is actually the thing you should be dealing with, and the reason you don't want to deal with it is because it's difficult. And so that's sometimes how we know what's the priority, deal with the thing we don't want to. Even in ordinary business workshops and so forth, they'll say, either do the things which are most important first or do the things which are most difficult first, because otherwise we'll just put them off. So feel it, face it, feel it, deal with it, heal it, solve it, work through it. Don't run away from it. Don't lock it in the closet. Don't suppress it.